The Spin-Off Podcast Network.
This is Kiwi is back for a brand new season with more inspiring kōrero from special guests including rugby player, father and role model TJ Perenara.
My family bring me joy. Rugby brings me joy too, but it's not the same joy as my family brings me.
And global dancer and choreographer Kirsten Dodgen.
For some reason, people think I'm very intimidating.
Listen to the new season of This is Kiwi, brought to you by the Spin-Off Podcast Network in collaboration with Kiwi Bank. Available now wherever you get your podcasts.
Do you find it hard staying optimistic with all the financial news in the media? I'm Bernard Hickey, and on my podcast, When the Facts Change, I'm here to help you navigate the ever-changing landscape of economics in Aotearoa. So join the conversation every Friday on When the Facts Change, brought to you by the Spin-Off Podcast Network in partnership with Kiwi Bank.
To the Real Pod. This is your weekly reality TV recap in real life in New Zealand podcast. I'm Jane Yeh.
You have never sounded like more of a New Zealander.
I'm joined by Duncan Grieve and Alex Casey of the Spin-Off. I've got some real weird feedback thing happening, so I can hardly talk and listen at the same time and do my very best. You right there, Alex?
I'm just sending an urgent text to Nando's HQ to get the people the information that they deserve.
Did you see...
Live journalism.
Did you see someone in England, hopefully they're in prison now, they did a tweet that was had an image that was Nando's going into receivership. And I was like, no, I know that can't be true because we're privy to certain things about the health of the business. Well, not really. They just vibe strong. And they had this link, this bit.ly link, and you click the link and it's a sign up to vote page. I'm like, come on.
Get out of it.
A, it was tremendously effective. The tweet had gone viral. But B, there's got to be some standards and decorum in society and some, a third rail, things that you just don't do.
Yeah. Because
it's dangerous.
The sacred news. They also can't be going into receivership because I ate there 5 times last week.
5 times?
And I dropped major coin.
That's crazy.
5 times.
Was it across
get
dinner and lunch, different?
I had one day where it was lunch and dinner. And so good. It was the Corny Christmas last week, right?
Yeah.
That's why, yeah. So it's I had Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday.
The Saturday is the funny one where it's the other was a sort of just in the run of play, but Saturday's a real deliberate act.
Yeah. Well,
Why wouldn't it be though? Why wouldn't it be? I say go for the full 7 next time, Alex.
I will do that. I will definitely do that.
That's a cool YouTuber challenge.
It actually is.
Do you have the Nando's news that you are seeking? Hot off the press?
Let me just check the press. Okay, I got the press. Wait. Shit, forgot to email. Avocado burgers.
Yum!
Whoa!
Sorry, avocado burgers. I'll launch that with a bit more excitement.
That's great news for the vegetarians out there.
Yeah, Alice,
launching
me.
Next week from Wednesday. Fresh avo, not that prepackaged stuff, and you can get it on anything you want. Burger, pita, salad, even your chicken.
Whoa.
Oh, you can add it as an extra as
well.
Just
get it on your chuck.
I love it. How versatile.
Really versatile and fresh. Face mask. That's not on the release.
So you could go in and go, I'm going to have a chicken burger and an avocado face mask, please.
I think you get a bottle of avocado and then once you've got it, you can do with it what you want.
Yeah, great.
I think that's your prerogative.
You could, what you could do. Great for a night in with your girlfriends or boyfriends. Order in your Nando's on Uber Eats and get a bottle of avocado and do the face mask of an evening,
Oh, I just realised what you were talking about.
Yeah.
Is that a thing that you do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a classic thing. I've been
Full
going back
good
to
oils
with that.
so
Yeah. It's yum to eat, though. I think the primary thing to do is eat it.
Okay.
And I think Nando's would
I think if you were in Nando's and started smearing your face, you might get some attention from the staff.
Please
Could
do
be
it.
in a good way.
Hey, our hashtag is #RealPod. Our Facebook page is facebook.com/TheRealPodPod. And in breaking news for the Real Pod Corner. We're at 999 members.
Oh my!
We're one
goodness.
shy of the big 1,000.
If you've been teetering, we've got a huge prize pack for the no.
We've got nothing except for the glory and honour of being member number 1,000. You have to answer the questions correctly. Very, very tight on letting people in now. There has been someone lurking around in the background ready to be accepted, and I declined them this morning. They hadn't answered a single question, so out you go.
What if they answer the questions in a way that's borderline right? Like someone said who presides over the cranny, and someone said Jane, and I was like, yeah,
No.
I'm in a way.
I think
We're
the other's
all
right.
part of the
It is a
cranny.
bit of a trick question. And a few people say Alex. Hang on, we're giving away. Shh.
Well, no,
But
we're
if
not
you're
giving it
listening to
away.
this
If you're listening to the
podcast
podcast, you're
already,
allowed in.
Okay. Some people have said Alex because she does the sting, you see, and obviously a lot of other people have said Colin.
No one said Duncan,
really
that's,
preside over
but that's all right. I'm not offended.
No one has said Duncan. Anyway, our Instagram page is The Real Pod Pod. Coming up, it's a bumper issue of...
This is so good. Hot off the press is a bumper
It's a
issue
bumper
of the Real
Christmas
Pod.
issue of The Real Pod. There are 2 new reality shows coming. Alex and Duncan went to the Telly Awards and had a great time.
Yeah.
I don't
You're
know
right.
some of this real news that's coming up. It's just exciting.
There's a reality star featuring in this week's Community Notice Board, and Max is back, and I have a huge conspiracy theory based on my snooping. Okay?
Hey, Jane, can I just
Yeah.
say, that was like your best ever read. Like, that was powerhouse.
That was
Thank
radio.
you.
It's like you're auditioning for C4.
You should be Sharon's new co-host. You know how they're auditioning at the moment.
Well, we've got the
quit-
technology.
quit
we
your
can
day
just
job.
dial her in.
I can just
My
dial in,
biggest
and we're
fear.
very good with the technology, I might
Seamless.
add.
Yeah. You
Uh,
have a
yeah.
do-rag tied around your microphone and everything.
All right, here we go. Real news. You know how you guys cracked up when I said that you went to the Telly Awards? You did actually go to the Telly Awards, right?
Yeah, we were just in quite funny seats.
Okay, should we
And
lead
why
with
do-
that then?
Well, it was also funny getting into the venue. It was the craziest thing. The whole floor outside. So it was in the Altea Centre, and in the like drinks bit, it was just wall to wall celebrities. Like there was no one in that room who wasn't famous. And I arrived kind of late on my own. Immediately walked into John Campbell, just like bumped into him like a blind kind of goat walking around the room. And like, I just never know what to do in those situations. I'm like, I don't know how to talk to anybody. Do I sidle up and just like be in a conversation? I don't know what to do. So I went straight to the bar, and then I found Sam Brooks, thank God. But we didn't even look at our tickets. Like, and then Duncan arrived, you know, as everyone was going in. And we just went in with the fray, you know, all the celebs, your Sharon Caseys, your
TK
Hillarys,
Samuels.
your TKs. And we got there, everyone was being ushered in, and they were like, no, you're upstairs. So we had to turn around in the giant tide of celebrities and fight our way out to where there was nobody. There was nobody going upstairs. On the way upstairs, Miriam Makamor walked past and kind of gave us a sad kind of like a... Going upstairs, are you?
Got fake tickets off the internet, did you?
Judge the best makeup category, did you? Which I did, by the way. And I'm very proud of the results.
You
Doesn't-
judged
that's
the
fun.
best makeup category?
Yeah, fuck yeah. Why are you surprised?
No, I'm not surprised. I'm surprised.
I worked hard for those seats, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
And so we went upstairs. We walked past TK in the foyer, who just hadn't gone in. And we both went, hi, TK.
It's just hard to think of Shortland Street people as not their Shortland Street selves, especially if they're like veterans, you know,
Yeah.
done multiple
Did he
tours of
remember
duty.
you from that time we met from the anniversary show when we all got really good photos with him after doing some virtual reality around the hospital?
Oh, that's right.
I would bet everything I own that he did not.
No way.
But he didn't
We
look...
thought we were staff.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we went and sat upstairs where I would say there was 10 other people.
Yeah. Maybe
Yeah.
10.
There are people
And who were
there
they?
were more people kind of in the wings, it kind of curves around. So there was like 2 clusters on either side. But in terms of, we were in the front row of the circle, which technically are good seats if you
Sure.
were in a
At an
full
opera.
house, but we were the only people in that middle section.
It was funny. It was
It
just
was
funny.
so funny.
I loved it.
It was really, really, really real pod.
Also meant we got to nip out for a cheeky Nando's without it being like a big deal. Like we didn't have to like step over Michael Galvin or something.
Yeah.
So that was great. But the TV Awards to me are all about the after party, and it was a very good one.
It was good. Celebs again. Karen O'Leary.
Karen O'Leary.
O'Leary.
It's so great.
She's the best.
She also friend requested me
Did she?
on Facebook afterwards. I felt so honoured.
I don't know who Karen O'Leary is.
Wellington Paranormal. You've been in LA too long.
Yes. Okay. Also, there's 2 significant things that happen at the TV Awards in years gone by, or I think it was like 3 years ago. Was it 3 years ago we went? And that was when Zach and Erin.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was the night they kind of, I don't know, made acquaintance. I know they met at the Music Awards for the first time, but it was at the TV Awards that their relationship began. Also at that TV Awards, on the way in the taxi was when we saw Flappy Shoe.
Oh my God.
Flappy Shoe.
So a very significant event,
Yeah.
That was really important.
plagued by tragedy and romance.
It was a lovely time. The other thing is, it had this feel. It had a real specific feel. Like I think all the stars were out because there was a bit of a, this might be the last time it ever happens vibe. Because 3 could well not be a channel this time next year, and if it's just the TVNZ internal awards, it won't be quite the same vibe. So it felt like everyone was. It had this. You could really sense it in the air, and people were talking about it, and like it bummed me out a bit, like, 'cause it's a real ridiculous industry, like even more so than the music industry. TV is just full of quite funny people who've just been institutionalized, like radio, has these sort of creatures of the night who just know how to do one thing. But it's also just like super fun, and the amount of like raw charisma per square inch that's in there, and seeing them relatively speaking at peace, because they're not like the fanciest person in the room, because everyone's got their star power out.
Everyone's fancy.
So it's quite chill. And as a civilian, oh my gosh, to watch it at play is amazing.
It's like
Can I
Madame
just say,
Tussauds.
the idea of a TVNZ internal awards is actually pretty appealing to me. Like the cannibalistic Lord of the Flies kind of, personas that would come out of a network competing, like shows competing against their sibling
That's so
shows.
true.
Incredible.
The amount of real angry people, like Jack
Yeah.
Tank, furious that John Campbell got male personality of the year or something, and just shit
Bring
talking
it on.
him. Yeah, that's great. Good glass half filling, Jane.
Thanks. Also, speaking of like media scrutiny, how's your monopod going?
Well, it's not a monopod, it's a duopod. And it comes out today in the old language, so that's tomorrow. Yesterday. I don't know how time works.
Fourscore.
I think I've been told it's a flat circle. But it's called The Fold, which Alex suggested. I
Thank
renamed
you.
it because I panicked on the old name.
What was the first name?
Deep Background.
Oh,
It just felt too posh. It felt like it took itself too seriously, whereas I really like the sense of the double meaning of the collapse of media. It's very on the nose, but I'm into it. So that's going to be, if you search The Fold or Duncan Grieve or something on your favourite podcast platform provider, that should be available.
If you do it on
my media
Spotify, you'll probably
chattering.
come up with the band who do the Ninjago soundtrack, and they do about 67 different remixes of the one song, and that's it. That's all they've ever done.
Really?
They're called The Fold. I know this because we listen to it a lot. Anyway, I'm just letting you know who your competition is. Erin and Zach. Zerin. Sorry, I'm moving on. We've got so much to talk about, and I know you've got a heart out.
It's a bumper issue.
Erin and Zach had their wedding rings. Rings or ring?
rings.
Was it one ring that they
Two
both
rings.
had?
I think they're... Oh, no, I think they're the same. There's a photo on the Women's Day. I didn't put it in the article because I was worried about copyright. You know?
That's not okay.
It isn't like me. No, I'm trying to be more responsible now.
I mean, there's a lot in the story.
There's a lot.
Can you explain?
Yeah, the Stone Rumble 3D printed their wedding rings. They are...
You say that like it's just a chilled out normal
3D
fact.
print. Dane Rumble makes engagement rings. If you didn't know this, he's been in Sydney for the past 6 years or so, running a company called Kool-Aid, and also a luxury watch brand of some description. It's so cool.
Isn't?
Exactly. And he is an old friend of Erin's, so got the call up, I imagine, to design their wedding rings. Now, I have since learned, it was not detailed properly in the Women's Day article, and I didn't care to do any reporting on it. It was more like they 3D printed the molds rather than the rings themselves. At least that's what I understand.
That's okay.
It's less funny. It's still good.
I mean, who worries about those kind of details?
I don't even
Just
understand 3D printing at all.
Yeah, me.
I mean, tell me how I'm even talking to you over the ear right
Alice,
now.
do you understand 3D printing?
No, not at all.
Okay. And Alex?
No. I've only seen it used when people get a little one of themselves done for a PR thing.
Oh, like Henry had one.
Henry's got one.
Henry, the Oliver, editor of Metro.
Mel Bracewell got one.
I want
like,
one.
is it like a regular
fair, I do
printer,
have
but
a-
instead of
About the real
toner,
pod
you
again.
put melted plastic in, and then it prints it out hard or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this was Technology Review on the Real Pod.
Science.
So yeah, it's just great. They were big, kind of signet rings as well. So there's a lot of space to fill with a bespoke designed, which was reported in the article as being done by Zach, but Erin has since clarified it was her that designed it. They took the
She's the
Simpsons,
artist.
which
It makes
exactly
sense.
you'd think, but I quite like the idea of Zach just giving it a crack and just nailing it, weird savant late at night. The Simpson family crest is a lion. Zach didn't have a family crest, so they decided to just kind of blend together a bunch of different Croatian crests and pop the lion on top and scatter some diamonds in there. And then Dane Rumble
Voila.
printed it out.
There's so
It's so
much going on in
good.
their wedding. Their whole wedding is a book,
Yeah.
you know?
Hand
So
painted
many different
umbrellas
things.
down the aisle. She gave him a final rose at the altar.
Bride tribe,
There's the yogurt
12.
and the egg thing.
The who?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the day before. Party pies, saucy rolls.
This, reading your story, so there's a great story that details the wedding ring 3D printing situation on the spin-off, written by Alex Casey. And that's led me to Erin's Instagram page, which I haven't visited for a while. And I was just checking out her bio. Because you said she's the ultimate slashy. She really is. In her own bio, presenter / event organizer / host / designer / philanthropist
Oh, no, Jane.
Jane
connector.
froze.
You froze.
Jane, come back to us. Oh, she
Am I
back.
back?
She back.
I'm back.
She back. You're
Okay.
back.
Yeah, you
back.
froze.
My audio would be there for the folks at home. though.
Just delete our
Anyway, I was just
consternation.
listing off all of Erin's amazing different roles in this universe on her bio, and I don't even think that's everything. She hasn't even got artist in there. We know that to be true.
The other
Does say
love.
artwork available online, which is a
I know,
true
but it
fact.
doesn't. But she hasn't
necessarily have to
included
be
it in the
her artwork.
slashes.
Artwork is
But there is
available
limited
online.
space. There's limited space in the bio section of your Instagram. There isn't on Facebook though. And later on in the episode, I have got the slashy to end all slashies that I found on Facebook.
Oh my god.
That's a
Okay.
tease.
Hey,
Okay.
the other, arguably the biggest news is that the feud is over.
The feud is over.
She loves you again.
God.
Oh, I thought she was being sarcastic.
No, I don't think so.
No, okay.
Well, she's allowed herself to stay tagged in the spin-off's Instagram about it, which makes me think that it's fine, that I have won her back, because all I want is for everyone to like me very much.
So Erin's fond of this story. She's promoting it, and yeah, Erin and Alex, friends once again.
That is a real lovely way to end this year. Can we just end the year? Is that?
Yes.
I think so.
You probably need some
so.
sort of
And
authority.
that's the end of
don't
our
you?
podcast then, I guess. No, because we've got sunning your butthole story.
Oh.
Gotta do that.
yeah.
Okay.
All
I've
right,
only just
let's-
read the headlines. I haven't even read the story. I just saw everyone talk about it on Twitter and it made me laugh a lot.
Okay, so the New York Post, not to be confused with the New York Times, as it turns out. I saw this tweet and was like, oh, New York Post, fancy. And then I went to then I clicked through to the article. It's not fancy.
Well, no, but New York
Perennial
Post is
sunning-
still quite a famous newspaper. It's owned by
Oh,
Rupert
it is,
Murdoch.
but
It's
it's-
like page 6 is like the arguably the world's greatest gossip section. It's not nothing.
It's not nothing. So I ended up down a wormhole of sorts. Perennium sunning is latest insanity wellness influencers swear by. This is the article. And the accompanying photo is a couple of fellas, completely starkers, lying on their backs, legs out V-shape, with the sun pointing to their undercarriages.
This feels like a Pete Evans thing.
It really does. It also
Really
feels like
does,
someone
right?
we've got
Like, the
to,
only thing that surprised me about this is that his name is not in this article anywhere.
It's just great.
So what does it do for you apart from get you like a cracking photo, so to speak?
Hang on. It's just vitamin D. Vitamin D helps you sleep better. 30
why-
seconds of
why
direct sunlight
there?
injection into the anal orifice is equivalent to being outside in the sun all day. I don't think that's science.
Is that
There you go.
science?
all day.
30 seconds.
So if you're one of these people who just like sitting inside all day playing video games and you're worried about your vitamin D, just get your
Go out there.
downstairs
try it.
out in the sun for 30 seconds and you're fine.
You need a
What
real
about sunburn?
private location. It's only 30 seconds.
30 seconds. You're
sunburn
okay.
30 seconds.
I mean, I guess you could put sunscreen on if you're concerned.
I
But
don't think you
anyway,
get the materials.
in the New York Post, honestly, the headlines for all the stories here: man left with hundreds of tapeworms in brain. Man surprises fiance with swimsuit that has face on it. Parents stunned after baby born with 2 heads and 3 hands. Instagram influencer gets prison for performing illegal filler injections on followers. It's my new favourite publication.
Wow,
Sorry,
I wanna
spin-off.
read
That's
each
good.
of
That
those
makes Daily
stories.
Mail look quite chill. Oh my gosh,
It
did you see
does.
Popeye?
No. What?
This guy who's been injecting Vaseline into his biceps. And they're massive. Like, he's just like a normal... It's like if me, but with, like, biceps like this. Like, everything else about him is normal size. And now they've gone rotten. And he's had to get them all taken off. It's crazy yuck. It's crazy. I'm gonna show you now.
Oh my god.
Okay, while you're looking that up, Maddie McLean didn't iron his shirt and somehow it made the news.
Yeah. He also won TV Personality of the Year. Shout out to
Or
Maddie.
more
Good
like
job
more
at
like
the
bum
awards.
of the year, right? Am I right?
Oh no! Duncan's just I
can't see it.
Oh my
Who-
god!
What
Who's Russian
do I
and
need to
who's just-
Google?
Those would be so
Popeye.
Right,
right.
look up Russian Popeye. Oh,
Russian-
man.
3 pounds of jelly in his biceps.
Don't do it. Don't do it, real pod listeners.
Also, you could like mold them, couldn't you?
Yeah, they just get a bit
Vaseline in it.
lumpy.
Oh my god, I feel a bit sick. Don't do it. Don't look.
Oh my god!
No. What?
I'm really shocked that his Vaseline muscles didn't lead to a victory in MMA, though. That's crazy. All right.
Hey, handy when you're
News, eh?
flying though, little pillow. You don't
Yeah.
need to take a travel pillow. Just nestle
feel
in.
like
Because
the
I imagine it'd be
immense
quite
pain-
like a tempura feel.
I just think the pain of your like arms rotting would kind of cancel out your kind of relaxing pillow arm.
I don't know. Agree to disagree on that one, Duncan. So yeah, Maddie McLean, he got paid out by his co-hosts on the Breakfast Show for like having a wrinkly shirt, and then that got turned into a news story. So that was
I
cool.
thought there was something about a bum in it. That was why I put
Oh,
it.
it's
in
it
the
bum
phone.
of the year. Is that? Did you literally just grab it because of the headline? The bum of the year is like bum, as in like, you know,
Oh, that's
a
fake
not very
news.
nice word for a person
Ah.
who hasn't got a home to live in.
I'm going to complain to the media council about that.
You should. That'd be quite
Should I
funny.
actually?
Very
Yeah.
misleading.
We should start
It's
doing
not cool to use bum like that.
Yeah, I don't think it is very cool.
Yeah, it's
Actually
a
outraged.
sacred word.
It's a sacred word. Say what you mean.
There's a new TV show called Class Act that's starting on TV1 on Saturday, the 7th of December. And it's Jason Kirison hosting. It's for...
What?
Yeah, I know.
How do you know about this and not us?
Because I read
We've got ultra-fast
the
broadband.
article. It's basically, it's kind of... When I say reality show, it's almost more like a documentary style reality show. And it was created by Cliff Curtis. It's called Class Act, and it follows some kids from 4 schools around the country, and they have to create a stage show and then put it on at the end of 2 months. And they have to, anyway. I think it's quite like a heartwarming type thing.
Oh.
Good to see Kirsten.
But who gets married to who? When?
Well, I think Cliff Curtis gets married to Jason Kirison, obviously.
Okay.
It's good to see he's out of his arc, though. It must
Yeah,
be
I
feeling
know.
confident
And
about a
honestly,
woman.
kind of a good thing that the world didn't end, because then he wouldn't have got this gig. So
We tried to get him to talk about the arc this year. Hayden actually went up north, even spent some time with him, but he was very cagey about showing anyone the arc or giving away its location. But we found the really old Women's Day article about it, where it talks about how it's like the ceiling is just sagging with cans, just like so many cans in the apocalypse. And he's really
that is
proud
not
of
an
it.
arc I want to be in.
Do you want to live if it's just basically you, Jason Kirison, and heaps of cans?
Well, I feel like if you've survived the flood, great, and then the ceiling caves in and you get buried beneath a mountain of cans, and that's the way you go. It's not. I mean, it's not my idea of a nice death. Anyway,
that's
another
good.
show that's new. It's coming to TVNZ on demand and going to be hosted by Megan Pappas is Glow Up. Have you heard of this?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I've heard of
So
it. I still don't really understand it. Is it a
So it's a
makeover
BBC show, and it's like Project Runway for makeup experts, and I am there for it. And so
As a
you're
makeup
like-
expert myself,
exactly.
I'm surprised I haven't been asked to be a judge.
Well, I think they're looking for they're
Well,
looking for judges.
get in touch.
I mean, you or Shanix Grayson Coots.
Wait, Shanix, I was on.
Grayson Coates?
Well, no, we're just saying she might get the call up, and Grayson might get the call up, just as kind
Why
of famous
Grayson?
makeup people. Because he's a makeup artist.
I thought he was just on Come Dine With Me.
Well, he's also a makeup artist.
Well,
Did you not
he's
know
a
this?
real slashy.
He is. But amateur slashy compared to the likes of Erin. And that's it. That's the news. Anything to add, guys?
Just great performance, Jane.
I think from me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're doing
Really?
really well.
nailing it today.
Thank you. Okay.
I have 4 weeks to decide if I'm going to drop my entire philosophy.
I am disgusted at how much you have copied my husband.
This is bad.
Week 4 on Bake Off. It honestly feels like it's been going for about 8 weeks. I
Oh,
can't
you really
believe it's
does,
week
eh?
4.
It's because these long episodes.
And it's pastry week. What a week! So exciting.
Tarts
Signature
galore.
bake tarts, custard tarts. Trevor, God. Trevor.
I'm
my
starting to
God.
think Trevor's too good for this. Like he shouldn't. It's not fair to have a pro amongst the amateurs.
But didn't he do a weird tart?
He
Well,
did
he
a
did a
weird
bad
tart, but
tart.
it's almost
He
like
did a
he
bad
botched
tart.
it to show that he was human, and then later in the show he was doing like crazy, like the bloody
That-
eclair thing.
that
with
nun
fucking
thing.
hell,
that's
Jesus
right.
Christ!
The religious anglaise, or whatever it's called.
Not that.
But he did have a disaster with the custard tart. He got too ambitious. It was too deep a tart, and it didn't set, and it was a bit gloopy. But we did find out that he owned a Black Doris plum orchard in the Hawke's Bay.
It's so crazy, all the details of his bio.
What are we going to learn about him by the end of the season? Like, what is going to be his final episode reveal? Actually, a prince?
Russian Popeye.
Yeah. Oh my god.
What else? Oh, he helped Anna out. He helped Anna out with her tart. He was being
So nice.
so everyone was helping you. I love how everyone helps everyone. There was rhubarb featured. Sorry about it, Alex.
Yeah.
I actually had some stewed rhubarb last week.
Did
That's
you?
probably should have gone real news. Real with a bit of Greek yogurt. Man, good.
I don't get it. Maybe I need to.
You just need to
Yeah,
have
maybe
the
you
right
do.
rhubarb. You really do.
I don't know where to get it.
My mum will
supermarket.
stew you some rhubarb.
I feel
Make
like
sure you
it's not
take
something
off the
buy.
stringy
It's
bit.
only something that just like pops up.
Yeah.
Yeah, etc.
Ethan did a lovely chocolatey plum tart, and the contestants were like vultures on his tart at the end of it, weren't they? They all jumped
That
in.
tart looks very thin.
Yeah.
It did.
It's a bit like a pizza, I actually thought.
Like, and the judges were like, it's the perfect
Sophisticated
ratio.
food critic.
I'm a professional judge now.
Are you wearing a Dolly Parton t-shirt?
Yeah,
It's really
Oh, I
cool
love
because
it.
like the way it's cracked and looks like old, even though it's
know.
relatively new.
it's the goal, eh?
Yeah.
What else? Anything more on tarts? Should we just move on to the tech challenge, which is another tart of sorts?
Yeah.
Ta-ta-ta.
Ta-ta.
Most
Ah.
fun thing to say. A ta-ta-ta. Louise had never heard of a ta-ta-ta before, and she volunteered to be last, which I thought was quite cute. She's like, I've never heard of it. I'll be last this week. And she kind of was, eh? I mean, she didn't go
Little bit.
home, but she did a bad ta-ta.
What is a ta-ta-tan again?
Ta-ta-ta.
It's
that the one
okay,
in
so
the
it's
pan that you have to
apples
flop
with
over?
caramel. Yeah, it's like caramel apples with the pastry on top. You do it in like a skillet situation and then flip it so that.
Gotta say, huge credit to Naomi for
Oh, she was amazing.
But it was like her 10th go at caramel.
yeah.
And I was just like, you're glitching out.
Mm-hmm.
But then she, hers looked so good. Everyone else's looked shit, and hers was amazing.
But she said, she was like, I think I'm reading between the lines, because with the tech challenge, they give them like most of it, but they leave out a few key aspects of the recipe for the contestants to try and figure out. And she was like, I'm reading between the lines. We've actually got a lot of time to do this. Dean wants us to rest the pastry properly and laminate it properly. And that's what she did. And it also meant that she had more time to like nail her caramel. Everyone else was like, I've finished and it's 20 minutes until judging time. That sounds like a soggy ta-ta-tan to me.
It just seems so intense. The big flip bit, I was like, crazy that I feel like you'd get badly burned no matter what.
Yeah, it did look like that. But I think maybe they didn't get burnt because the ta-ta-tans had been sitting out for like 20 minutes before they
Right.
flipped them.
Because some of them was just like an ocean of caramel just sloshed out.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
it's gonna be
it was
piping
liquid.
hot.
The crazy thing was that Naomi, that was the first time Naomi had made the ta-ta-tan.
So good.
And she
So-
won it.
I love Naomi.
I love
She's
Naomi.
such a sunny, dorky character. She's so
She's my fave.
unself-conscious. She's such just a great asset to the show.
Okay, the showstopper this week was the how's this even? I feel like this was invented because someone knew one day there were going to be cooking shows on the telly. A nun-shaped shoe tower.
Religion. Okay.
Go on, Alex.
Religion. I can't even read my handwriting. Religieuse. You're French, are you?
Yeah.
What does that say?
Religious.
So religious.
Alicienne.
Clear. A clear?
Yeah, I did 5 years of French. Love it.
A
Paid
tower
off.
of nuns.
No, but it's just one nun, isn't it?
What?
Oh, is it nun? I thought each thing was a nun.
No,
in a
it's-
human
but
pyramid.
also doesn't really
Actually,
look
that
like
makes
nuns.
way
Yeah.
more, that makes way more sense.
That's
than what I
real amazing that you've been wandering around thinking that. Oh, I guess that's normal. The French. You know what they say about the French?
Do you know what?
Fucking
It's
weird.
not normal either way. It's not normal either way, whether it's nuns all piled on top of each other or just one big
No.
a clear nun.
One
None of it
nun
makes sense.
is normal. Like that's pretty much how nuns are. But a pile of nuns doing a human pyramid when they're supposed to be just sort of godding around the whole time, that's just real unlikely.
Oh man.
Okay. Anyway,
That's
this
crazy.
was everyone bar Trevor basically looked like a fucking terrible baker in
Yeah.
this challenge. That none of them looked good.
Anna
So-
with like the water bottle in the middle really cracked me up.
I know.
Well, I think they were just using that for balance, right? There were also someone was using a roll of kitchen
roll.
towels.
Man. Give that to Laura.
Naomi called it who's an unbelievable skill of wrongness, which I thought was quite nice. And Louise
Or was it Laura?
decided to
No,
draw from
Victoria.
her Asian heritage and use red bean and chestnut as a filling. Now, as an Asian person, a half Asian person, I'd just like to say that I feel like I'm qualified to comment on this. We don't do desserts well. It's not something we do well. Don't do the red bean and chestnut.
Duncan and I are leaving. Answer this conversation.
It's just fact. Come back. It's okay. I'm the one who said it. Come back.
Can we come back?
Come back.
Okay.
100% on me. Okay. We do everything else brilliantly.
We're away again.
They're all.
We're away again.
Are we gonna have to cut that out?
My face is sore. Just from no.
Anyway, Trevor was star baker. Anadol was kicked out. She had a shock of a week, and that's it. She's gone biggest.
Oh, well, loved Anadol.
R.I.P.
She knew the nun tower would be her undoing.
Yeah.
No one could have
Tower.
predicted it.
Tower of Nuns.
I just think
Tower of
maybe,
None.
maybe you might
Just
have
the one.
got that one wrong.
I wrote down a cool Dean piece for you. It's not just cream, it's mousse. Delivered exactly like that.
Dean is such a character, eh?
I love him.
really can't get on board with Dean.
Really?
Yeah, I can't. He's so spiky.
I love it. I
That's-
love both of them.
Yeah.
Sue Fleisch's
I
wardrobe
love Fleischl.
is a
Oh my-
story.
Love Fleischl.
But also, look, but so is her wardrobe is crazy. But so is Haley and Madeline's. Like those like powder pink and powder blue suits.
It's a great year for the women's suit.
Oh,
This is another piece of
gosh.
gossip. Did I say this from the TV awards? Sharon Casey walked past when we were doing our shame walk out of the entrance to go upstairs. Sharon Casey walked past in her like lavender kind of power suit she's worn maybe once before, and I was like, sorry, I didn't mean to call her out on that. I've just seen it before, and I was like, I love that suit. And she was like, oh my God, thank you so much. I've worn it a bunch of times. You can borrow it if you want.
Whoa.
She said that to me.
So you
Is
will,
that
right?
a real offer,
That's a
or is
contract.
that just a
Yes.
thing that people say? Is
Yeah,
that just
that's
like
a real offer.
I-
Knowing Sharon, I'd say that's a real offer. If it
Well, I
were
need an
Erin,
event.
maybe not.
Don't you have an event tonight?
I will wear the suit to a wedding.
Great.
So
Sounds good.
someone has to get married, and that's the tea.
Okay.
I don't think
well,
Sue has said unctuous this season. I've not heard it.
Unctuous. I don't think I've heard that either.
No,
She
definitely
said
not.
unctuous a lot last
She,
year.
she did.
I really need to blow my nose. I'm gonna have to leave.
Oh,
Okay.
unctuous. It seems like a good time to just
Shall we-
have a quick word from our friends at the Spinny members.
Hey, maybe I'll do a live spinning members.
Okay.
It's Black Friday. We've got a crazy deal for you. Are you sitting down? You should be sitting down. Hang on to your hats. You can today only, you can become a member of the spin-off for $1. That's right. A member of the spin-off for $1. Look, to be fair, you can do that every day. It's just the lowest. It is a bit of a pay what you want model. But I do think it's worth emphasising, in all seriousness, that every time, like we check in the number of spin-off members every day, and it's like actually multiple times a day, if I'm honest. And every time I see it like have a little jump, I get so happy. And there's like the whole organisation is very aware of the tally and so on. So even if like you're not feeling super flush, but you just want to give us $1 to make us feel better, it means something, means a lot. So yeah, that's the spin-off members. Go to the spinoff.co.nz/members.
There's also a new goodie.
A goodie. Oh yeah,
Yeah, the
T-Towel.
new goodie.
That's launching. That becomes available like next week. This is a crazy sneak preview.
Oh, is that a secret?
It's a secret, but it's all right. We can let it out. So at the end of November, which is tomorrow in the future time, the book goes off sale, and then all new members from December 1st on get this crazy limited edition Toby Morris spin-off tea towel, and it's beautiful.
It's really, really great. Are there any spears knocking around? Or? No,
No, he doesn't.
members only, and I
Yeah.
respect that because they deserve it.
Yeah, yeah. In fact, it might not be up on December 1st, but it's coming soon. So if you're hankering for that, hang around, look out for it. Wow, great advertisement, Duncan. You're a professional.
Hello there, Simon Pound here from another spin-off podcast with a little bit of cross-promo for you. If you might be into the stories of Aotearoa's most interesting entrepreneurs and innovators, you might like to check out Business is Boring, the podcast I host that reckons it's anything but. Recent episodes have included great guests like Tim Brown from Allbirds, Kiri Nathan from her own label, and Brianne West with the amazing story of Ethi. If that sounds like a bit of you, it's available through the spin-off or wherever you find your favourite podcasts.
Thanks, Duncan. That was so good. That was your best work yet. And where's my badge?
Oh,
Yeah.
in the
It's fine.
post.
We're working on it. The badge thing is still around as well, right? For Cornies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's not many left. Cornies have
Cornies
absolutely
have-
destroyed all the
yeah.
other podcasts. in
Can
that
you
front.
just hold on to one for me? Just one. That's all I
We'll see
need.
what we can do.
Thanks. We are into top 8 on New Zealand's Next Top Model. Perhaps the most problematic episode so far.
my
That's saying
goodness.
something.
What?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, it was a different
Oh,
time.
it was a different
It was
time.
a different time, all right. Let's start at the beginning of the episode where Rebecca Rose wasn't worried about being in the bottom 2 last week because I'm a Christian and I know people are praying for me.
Yeah.
Awkward, considering the result. Anyway, this week's training was heading off to the TV studio, the C4 TV studio, for some TV presenting lessons, very important in the life of a model. Jackie Brown, a.k.a. me, and Jermaine Leaf.
AKA Joel from
AKA.
C4's replacement.
Oh, I was trying to figure out the timeline.
Didn't Drew replace Joel and
Oh,
then
maybe.
Jermaine replaced Drew, or was it the other way around?
Well, he did have a bit of a Joel vibe, which
No,
was just...
I think Jermaine replaced Joel and then Drew replaced Jermaine. Anyway, I don't know. I just remember that Jermaine got pleasure out of pulling his hangnails off. Like, that's painful.
Oh.
Weird, eh?
My God.
Was that a story?
Wow.
That's a
Yeah.
detail, and this is the detail.
Anyway, they had to go in and do a link to camera, and I went to type Terrell Lee into the document, and it auto-corrected to Teriyaki Lee, which I love, by the way. So that is what she will be known for from now on. She was terrible.
Why does she always put herself first?
It's
I
very
do
odd.
not know.
It's so weird.
It's not working for her
No.
at all.
No.
Ruby was great. She won the challenge, and she
And-
went on to do some presenting, like
Yeah,
some field presenting for C4.
She definitely did. And she was it was like crazy what a natural she was to be
Yeah, it was
17
so
and
obvious.
just like had it.
Hosanna was very touchy-feely with Jermaine. She was quite keen, and
Jermaine
he was quite
keen
keen
as
back,
well,
apparently.
though.
Yeah, he was
Hey?
real keen.
And
No, it was really bizarre. I mean, the critiques were terrible. He said she's a real cutie, and Jackie was like, "Want me to get her phone number?" Just banter, just a bit of tally banter, but it doesn't feel so great these days. Anyway, Ruby won the challenge.
Who was it that said? Was it Rebecca Rose who said in her like little kind of reflection on the challenge? She's like, I thought I had the X Factor, and then it just hard cut to Jackie being like she didn't have the X Factor.
You
That
know,
was so funny. But
I've-
quite amazing. Like, you'd really have to believe a lot in God to think that after that performance that you'd done well.
it was. Yeah, they were mostly pretty bad at it.
Yeah.
To
It was
be
funny.
fair.
Great TV, though. This
was
was one of the
great.
high points of the series so far. It was just...
Terrible TV made great TV,
Yeah.
as it turns out.
Yep.
The challenge this week was the AutoZone music video extras. Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
Can
Where
I
to
start by talking
Ed
about
Davis for a
AutoZone?
start. He's a
Davis.
character.
Bloody hell.
Ed Davis.
Former backup centre for the Portland Trail. No. But can I talk about AutoZone first before we get into it? AutoZone, look, they were a real rubbish band and not very successful. No disrespect. And how did they get this spot? Because this is just like 400,000 people watching that. They played basically the whole music video. It's just like this. I want. If anyone listening knows the answer to that riddle, how that band got that spot.
I have a theory. I have two theories. One, they would have been set to record their music video at a time that was suitable for the production.
It doesn't seem.
Two, Mikey from AutoZam, married to Kanoa Lloyd, by the way, now these days.
Duncan and Props Boy is Props Boy.
That's a bloody big national secret, isn't it?
No, it's not.
Shh.
Did we break that?
We published it.
Okay. Anyway,
Clearly
Mikey
read the
from
spin-off.
AutoZam also worked at MediaWorks and pretty good mates with Andrew Schusterman, who was
There it is.
producing the show.
There it is. There it is.
She's done it again.
He's a lovely guy. I never liked AutoZam, but he's a lovely guy. But
Okay.
amazing
Anyway.
spot. Probably the one of the great coups of the decade in terms of promotion. I'm just it's staggering.
What was the song?
I-
Was it a famous song? Did
No,
go
it
on
wasn't
to
even. It was not one
find
of their
great
big
success?
hits, I don't think. But what a great music video featuring our girls as 60s mod dancers and morphing into circus acts.
Circusy things.
Okay, let's talk about Ed
loves
Davis.
Circus, eh? Ed Davis. So who is he? I wrote who the fuck is Ed Davis and highlighted it.
It's I've never. I mean, he's basically Joel Cafali 1.0.
Joel would be mortified.
Oh my god. Joel does love to wear a top hat.
I'm just trying to see what
He
else
likes doing
he's.
special effects in his music videos. It's amazing. Like it's a real throwback music video. Like just in terms of how terrible it is, and it's real funny when he did the special effects with Colin against the green screen. It's like, here's what a green screen
Yeah,
is.
I can be big and I can be small.
It was like kids'
It was
TV.
crazy.
I liked it. I'm just trying to see
Is
what
him?
music videos he's done. He's done quite a few.
Oh no, yeah, this is him, right?
Is it?
I think he's in. I'm just trying to find him.
He
on
did
Instagram.
the You Don't Know Me video for AutoZam as well. So he's like clearly one of their preferred directors.
Suppliers.
Oh,
camera
unfortunately,
they're
there's an
filming
Ed
it on
Davis
was
musician
tiny.
who, when you, hey,
Okay.
It was like a little digicam. At least it was theatre of the mind, and they were filming on something else. But it was like a tiny little Blair Witch handy cam. Is that how things are made?
I don't know.
Ask Joel. 'Cause I
This
don't
was a
know
real
the answer.
great section. What do
Sorry.
we think of the whole vibe? The video.
Oh, no, not good. Felt weird.
Not good.
Felt gross.
What about the
Yeah, the 60s, what was the circus bit again? They all had different kind of roles.
Yeah,
Ruby
but
did a great
Tyrrell again.
clown.
Tyrrell Lee as a gorilla, best thing ever. That was
Yeah,
great.
that was so good.
Playing the drums with bananas, I love it. And Victoria got to do the kiss with the lead singer at the end, which someone was like, "It's
Yay.
good she can finally kiss someone." It was a peck. Is that
Yeah.
bad though? Is it bad to make someone kiss someone? Do you think they chose her because she's the oldest?
She's the oldest. Is she?
Wasn't she?
I thought Tara Lee
Weren't they
was
going
the
on
oldest.
about how she was such an oldie?
I thought she's 22.
I would hope they gave people the option, right, to say, I'm okay doing this, and then chose based on that.
It does seem like it's part of what being a model is like sometimes, like you see like
Yeah.
a perfume ad, there's like a kiss happening in that. And given the control of the environment, I didn't feel like that. I don't know. Was that? I thought maybe it was all right.
I thought it was in the promo. I thought it was going to be like more awkward than it was because she was cool with it. She didn't have a boyfriend or anything to feel guilty about. She was totally fine with it, so that was okay. I'm glad they didn't play up the drama by getting, say, someone like Laura, who is conscious about what her boyfriend thinks of her modelling stuff.
Even that
I'm
felt.
glad they didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, the level of like, what would your boyfriend think of you doing your job that was going on?
Yeah, but also putting her, if that's something that she was uncomfortable with, based on her own feelings rather than his necessarily, we don't know what he would think. Putting someone in that position kind of deliberately for telly. Don't
Good
care.
job.
Don't care. Don't care. Okay, but let's talk about this next photo shoot. It's just like this episode ramped up further and further. So this is the Russ Flat photo
Russ
shoot.
Flat. He's cancelled. He's the photographer.
He's cancelled, is who he is. He's the photographer.
No, I don't like. He's just a real guy on the show. I don't know anything beyond that.
He's shot some things for some magazines that you've heard of, and this shoot was the girls with the 2009 Clio Bachelor of the Year finalists. Did you catch the resolution on YouTube? So bad. I couldn't even recognise any of the guys, but I'm sure that some of them would have been people that were of significance back then.
I just don't know.
I love Clio Bachelor of the Year. I once wrote a story about it. I went along to the launch event and did a story about it for Sunday or something, and it was so fun. It's just such a, it's a real good, and like just the objectification of these real, like just normie in New Zealand guys. It's real fun.
Do people put themselves forward for it?
I think it's a bit of that, but it's mainly put forward by kind of thing, but
by management or whatever. Like a lot of like radio personalities and stuff.
Yeah.
It's always a good time. I think because Chang was in there one time.
Oh, we should go through the archives because obviously there's
Mark
old mate Mark from Married at First Sight. Yeah. So many cracking dudes.
There's a story, by the way. Okay, so some of the things that were said during the shoot, the girls were encouraged to be overly familiar with their subjects.
Chris Cicerice, his coaching is oof.
Be aggressive and sexy, manhandle him like he's a prop, grab that bitch, hot mama. This is just like a nice little Chris Cicerice moment, doing you a disfavour. That was just like a nice moment.
Yeah.
Violence is good. Oof.
What?
A lot of talk about choking and strangling, and it felt just uncomfy this week in particular. And then regarding Ruby, he was like, she was great. She just needs to get on that treadmill a bit.
Oh my god.
That was crazy.
And that was Russ Flat.
The most blatant. There's been like illusions up until this point. Holy shit. How did that make it onto television?
That's like 10,000 eating disorders
2009.
launched around
100%.
New Zealand,
Anyway, Ruby actually nailed the shoot. She got a bug in her eye, and she like,
And it split into 3 parts. I can't overstate it enough.
Exactly. Yes. Laura got teary because she was worried what her boyfriend might think or that he might be uncomfortable.
She got new teeth as well.
Hey?
She got new teeth as well.
Yeah, that's
Oh, she got new
awkward.
teeth.
Is it? Or is that just the industry?
I think maybe it's just the industry.
It probably is industry, but I didn't like it. I would have
No, I
thought
didn't
that
like it
a little
either.
toothy quirk is kind of a cool thing to have.
But then,
Speaking as
and then,
someone who has a toothy quirk.
Ruby said everyone was saying it's an unfair advantage that she gets her teeth fixed. If Laura's allowed to get new teeth, then I'm allowed to get liposuction.
Oh, it just breaks your heart, eh?
It does. She's taken on
What
board what
is
old
that
mate was
fucking
saying.
industry created? That is so crazy. 17.
Also, I didn't like the way he kept calling them darling and sweetheart and stuff. That really grinds my gears.
It's just
That's
gross.
just a personal thing. So gross. What's not gross is Shelley Ferguson.
I know.
Hello.
Cleo editor. That's
At the time,
crazy.
yeah,
So
editor of
cool.
Clio magazine, and she was the guest judge for that week. And natural in front of the camera even back then. Not so natural in front of the camera, Rebecca Rose. She went home.
What about the
So,
prayers, though?
people
What about
not
Hey,
praying
next week we
hard.
go to Hollywood.
religious year Celine?
And so we are down to the top
7?
7?
And we're going to Hollywood
7. We're going to Hollywood.
next week.
Whoa, I didn't see the teaser.
Whoa.
Exciting.
Do we have any reports on Colin's hair? I didn't
Oh,
write
it was
them
like a
down, but I
little
feel
sort of a
like there was
page
some
boy kind of a thing going on. Like he had like swept to one side.
that's
It was
right.
quite
major
cute.
swoosh.
Major
And then he
swoosh.
had a huge emo tease during the AutoZam challenge, like proper like scene kid, and then a really long scarf. The scarf was to the floor. No
To
one
the
needs
floor.
This is great.
5 out of 5 from me.
that. The nicest thing that's ever happened.
And that's the real review.
Is it?
Did I?
Alex is doing.
Have I written something? Oh, I had a corn dog. Did you have a corn dog yesterday?
Oh, from
Are we allowed to talk about another?
I think Nando's have been pretty relaxed.
I had a corn dog from Lord of the Fries. Maybe we shouldn't say that.
I think it's okay.
I think if I whisper, then no one will listen. Alice, did you have a corn dog as well?
I had a bit of it.
I never had a corn dog really before. I mean, I had a hot dog at Friday Jams on a stick. Is that the same?
Yeah.
Are they not the same thing?
I think it's what Americans call them.
Yeah.
It was delicious. 5 out of 5.
They're friggin' delicious.
Yeah, they're good.
They just taste the same as a normal corn dog, and they're.
Is
fully
it something
vegan.
about the
Or
batter?
vegan.
Is it a like cornbread batter or something? Is that why they're called
Corn flour?
dogs? Or
Yeah.
Whatever.
Shaped like a corn.
It's good.
Yeah, it's good.
okay. All right.
Great segment.
It's the community notice board.
This is a big old community notice board this week. Someone posted in the Beach Haven and Birkdale community page, and this is a public page, so anyone can go in and see it, except for it's not there anymore. If anyone has any information on this lady ripping them off, please contact me ASAP as I need your help. Do not work for her. She won't pay you. And then she's got a screen grab of none other than Nazanin Kanjani.
Whoa.
This lady.
This as if she doesn't know who she is.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
So was that reported by the big papers?
It was reported at the Real Pod Corner.
That's all?
But Naz responded.
Naz responded. Naz responded on her public page. For the bullying that's happening towards me on a public community page, just letting anyone know who is jumping on the bandwagon. There are two sides to a story. A person did not get paid for a job for legitimate legal reasons, which she has clearly avoided mentioning in the post. I won't lower myself to drop names. I don't ever like to hurt anyone. What legal reasons would there be to not get paid for doing
Legitimate
a
legal
job?
reasons.
I think it was some sort of promo work. I'm guessing
Is it
for her.
Catonic?
Yeah, I'm guessing so. Anyway, I'd love to know the details, but unfortunately it's all been deleted, so I can't tell you any more than that.
Everything's gone.
What I
This
can tell you
lady.
is that Naz, her bio on Facebook has the following. Worked at The Bachelor NZ, is a boxer at Juco Boxing, is self-employed, is event planning manager at something I can't say, cocktails and Indian cuisine, Epicure, brand ambassador at Kirkaha Jewelry, director at Ketatonic Vodka, brand ambassador at Pure Shade by NZ Sunscreen, owner managing director at naz.co.nz, brand ambassador at KAR Innovations Limited, distributor at Dancing with the Stars, online fitness coach, brand ambassador at Villain Model, public figure, lives in Auckland from Tehran.
That
Wow.
is 15 slashes.
/ So
Artwork available online.
Erin's got some work to do if she wants to get up to Naz's slash status. That's it.
It's just it's a great moment. It's
Great.
across everything. It's reality check. It's real news. It's a story.
Yeah.
And it's all good.
it leads us beautifully into this.
Colin's Granny. Colin's Granny. Colin's Granny. Granny. Colin's Cranny.
This is eyes rolling back in your head savant shit, honestly.
What's in the cran, man?
In the Twitter cran, Colin posted that I just text my neighbour I'm pooping something in his letterbox.
What?
Colin!
So he's had an autocorrect fail as he's texted his neighbour and then he's told us all about it. Just pooping something in your letterbox.
Oh my god.
It's so
And
good.
just when you thought, what? Colin's Cranny hasn't got any food stuff in it this week. The thing that he was pooping in his letterbox was an issue of Cuisine magazine. So we brought it back.
Oh, it's perfect.
He's got a lovely 30-year challenge photo that he posted up on Twitter too. Are you in the doc? Can you see it?
No.
You can't see it?
I can look on my cell phone.
It's a photo of Colin from 1989 sitting next to, I don't know who the lovely lady is. Looks a bit like Angela Stone though, can I just say, in the 2019 version. But this picture of him in 1989 is so great. He's in sort of like a military style outfit, a red jacket with gold buttons, black belt, cinched at the waist. But look at him. Come on.
I'm getting there. Oh my God, you're right. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That is so good.
That is so good. Someone
the
else
lady?
also has, I don't know, she seems famous. Oh, sorry. That's a weird zoom.
Doesn't she look like Angela Stone a bit on the right, don't you think?
No.
No.
I mean, it's not,
That necklace.
obviously,
God,
but
it's majestic. Someone else has also done at some like digital design school a project all about him, like sketching him. So all the artists are out in force. And I would
just
like
feel
to
like
purchase one.
Colin's
Dude,
never
art's
been...
available online. So
Colin's never been more fantastic. In every moment that passes, he's never been more fantastic. Don't you
He
think?
posted something beautiful on his Instagram story this morning. Just like really heartfelt shit. Like this one. It's got all these animated sunflowers like spinning around. It just says, I may not be the most important person in your life. I just hope that when you hear my name, you smile and say, that's my friend.
Aw.
You are the most
It's so
important person in
nice.
my
You're
life.
definitely the most important person in our life.
but you also smile and say, that's my friend.
That's my friend. Every day.
Beautiful.
So
And on
that's
that
what-
note,
Whoa.
Do you see how they had a corn? This is not content, but the corn.
oh yes,
They ate corn at
They ate
William Wairoa's
corn
house,
at
cooked by
a
Nadia
Dancing with
Lim.
the Stars kind of like reunion type thing. There
In
was
Manu
so much
Steel?
corn on the barbecue, and they used the corn emoji all throughout their stories, and I feel like they're talking to us
Yeah, that's the same.
in much the same way that Max Key was talking to us when he said, "What's the real pot?"
Yeah.
Speaking of Max,
Like and subscribe. Max Key Corner. I know. I know. I'll never forget you. Like and subscribe.
you know how things have been very
That's fine,
quiet.
Yeah.
You know how things have been very quiet in Max's corner.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're ramping up again. He's just hit Asia for his 3 months. He's in Asia for 3 months. Now, you will remember he was in Paris and he was like, I'm off to Asia next. And then it all just went quiet. And during that time, it was about a month, he's posted pictures of Greece. I thought he was doing throwbacks, but actually he was kind of just like pretending he was there. I've gone into his highlights reels of the places he's been, and he was in Greece when those photos were taken. He was there 23 weeks ago. He hasn't posted any photos of Greece on his main Instagram page until recently. So it feels like he's pretending he went to Greece after Paris, when in fact he was somewhere else.
Argentina.
Part of his trip we know was in Australia because he posted like a story or two from Melbourne and Sydney.
Getting work done.
I think
Getting Vaseline muscle.
he's been... I think he's been on The Bachelorette.
Yeah.
This is what I
He
said.
No,
I know
same
this is
idea.
what you said, but I'm adding further evidence to your theory, okay? I'm supporting you in this. He's just started his Asia stint that apparently he left for like over a month ago. He's starting he posted about it on the exact same day that Lily and Art both posted Instagrams
Jeez,
being
this
back
is
from New Zealand.
quality.
Fucking hell. This seems
Because if
true.
you would,
Yeah.
it seems
I think
true.
I think we're reporting it on the Real Pod live.
Remember that time we reported he was going to be on Dancing with the Stars as well?
Did we report that or did we
Well,
not report that?
we
The
did.
Bachelor.
But wait.
What?
So he went quiet.
Yeah.
So he's in Paris with Cherry Lazar in
Yeah.
October.
Mm-hmm.
And then he disappears for a while. He disappears for a month.
Yeah, and in that month he posts photos from Greece pretending he's in Greece when actually he did Greece 23 weeks ago.
Liked
Why?
by
'Cause
Art
it-
Green. I mean, that's something.
All right.
I don't feel like he made it to the end of The Bachelor. I don't feel like maybe he did. I don't think he might not have made it to Argentina. I think that might be when he went to Australia and just hung out with some mates. It just
If
is
he
so
got
weird.
kicked
And then he
off
kind of
real
did
early,
this
that would
big
be
thing like,
tough.
oh, I took a social media break for a month. It's like you're There's no way he's taking a social media break for a month.
Jeez, this is really strong.
Yeah. Something smells like roses, if you ask me. So I'll leave that with you.
Lily doesn't follow him.
Yeah, but maybe that's because she just tossed him pretty early.
Don't think it worked out. That's the end of our podcast. Alex is in deep. She's got a very furrowed brow looking at all the evidence.
He follows her.
Okay.
It's 100% correct, right? Oh my God. You heard it here first and second. All right, thanks very much for listening to our podcast. Thank you, Alice, for recording in Tina's absence. Tina, hope you feel better real soon. Thanks, Nando's. Thanks, Duncan. Thanks, Alex.
Thank you,
Thanks, Cornies.
Lovely time.
Thanksgiving.
Lovely time. I gotta go.
Bye.
Bye.
Kia ora, this is Toby Manhire, here to urge you to tune in to Gone by Lunchtime, a podcast with me, Annabelle Lee Mather and Ben Thomas, tackling the world of New Zealand politics, from policy to polling, from scandal to psychodrama. Listen to Gone by Lunchtime, brought to you by the Spin-Off Podcast Network, wherever good pods are sold.
Talofa lover, I'm Madeline Chapman, editor at The Spin-Off. If you have the means, consider supporting our high-quality journalism by becoming a Spin-Off member. Sign up now at thespinoff.co.nz/donate.
The Spin-Off Podcast Network.